Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today I have a new segment of really Q&As for you guys. Now this one's going to be a little bit different because this is my first non-sports related interview. My whole career so far has been in baseball interviews, but today I'm switching it up, doing a little bit of a celebrity interview related to the music industry. So the music artist I got in contact with, she was on American Idol in season 13. Her name is Kenzie. Now to give you a little backstory, I'm a big American Idol fan. I watched all the seasons, and that season in season 13, Kenzie was one of my favorite contestants. She was so unique compared to the other contestants, but unfortunately she got eliminated right before the top 30 round. I was fortunate enough to get in contact with Kenzie to talk about her American Idol experience. Kenzie gave me back some great responses, so I really appreciate her taking the time to answer these questions and with such thorough answers as well. So I think you guys will enjoy, and make sure if you like this video to share it online on Twitter and Facebook, and to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, so let me get started. So actually I saw a tweet Kenzie post on Twitter talking about the new series on Netflix, 13 Reasons Why, a show I've watched as well and enjoyed, so I thought I'd ask her about that. I asked Kenzie, I saw you recently tweeted about completing the first season of 13 Reasons Why in 2 days. I'm a big fan of the show as well. What did you like about the show, and who are some of your favorite characters from 13 Reasons Why as well? So if you guys see the show 13 Reasons Why, please let me know in the comments below. Kenzie's response, I live for binge watching, honestly. Anything really. I saw the hype of it happening on Twitter and thought I had to jump on the bandwagon immediately. The show wasn't my favorite, but it was good and entertaining drama. So definitely, that's definitely relatable right there, binge watching. Alright, second question, getting to her American Idol experience. You auditioned in Salt Lake City for season 13 of American Idol. I saw an interview you did where you said you just hopped in the car and didn't even know you were headed to audition for American Idol. Can you touch on that story a little bit, and overall what that audition day was like for you? And how long did you have to wait before they called you in to sing to the judges? Kenzie said, yes, I had no idea I was auditioning. I had heard prior that American Idol was coming back to Utah after a couple years without it, and everyone I knew was asking if I was going to be auditioning, and I immediately shut the idea down. So I wanted to start my music career organically without the help of a production or a TV show. But my mom is the one that will push me to take each and every opportunity. So with the help of one of our music friends, Kyle Coe, she created this story that we had to pick someone up for the airport. At 6 in the morning, I unknowingly got into the car, missing the fact my guitar was in the back seat, and she drove me straight to the auditions. And let me tell you, I was livid. But it was honestly the best way for me to audition, because I didn't get in my head about it or the anticipation. I'm glad she did it that way. That day wasn't that long because Kyle actually had auditioned before, so we got special passes to come audition again with a friend and miss the lines, which is really awesome. If you watch American Idol, those lines are crazy. Although I was there all day, it didn't seem that long. Most of the day was a blur though. Now for your audition, you sang I'm Gonna Find Another You by John Mayer, which I have to say your rendition is one of my favorites, which it is, Kenzie. That's one of my favorite American Idol auditions. You played a diminished chord which the judges loved, and you just seemed really confident with it. What led to that song choice, and is that a song you had just practiced a lot prior and was confident with? She said, John Mayer's one of my biggest idols. I love to learn his song and do what's called Kenzifying to his songs. I'm Gonna Find Another You wasn't a song I knew prior, but I heard his live version and immediately knew I wanted to add it to my repertoire because of how clever and sassy it was. I played that song constantly and knew it like the back of my hand. I decided to play it for auditions knowing I could perform the words well. I just love it. I still play it all the time to this day. Very awesome answer. I love her rendition of that song. You can find that on YouTube, by the way, if you just type Kenzie audition. Fourth question. Now, your judges that season were Keith Urban, Jennifer Lopez, and Harry Connick Jr. 3 really lovable judges, and they just seem like nice people. I mean, you don't always have such lovable judges on American Idol. If you look at years past with Mariah Carey, Nicki Minaj, Simon Cowell, well, they seem really nice and funny too. I remember they commented when you walked in for your audition that it sounded like you were singing when you were talking. And then Keith and Harry kept singing back and forth with each other. What was your experience with them? How much interaction did you actually get with them? And some of the things you learned from them either directly or just being around them. We really didn't see much of the judges unless the camera was there, but when we see them, they were extremely kind. The boys really stuck out to me as kind-hearted people. He would be sure to always take care of the younger girls in a father figure type way because he had a daughter of that age at the same time. He would keep you in check, but do it in a sincere way. Keith was amazing. I feel like I connected with him the most because he played the guitar and I played the guitar. He was a real musician like I wanted to be. The night I was actually kicked off the show, he found my dad and brother and told them how much potential he saw in me. That is something I'm still super grateful and honored about. He didn't need to do that, but the fact he did really says a lot about his character. Awesome answer right there. Really some good insight on what the judges were like, and kind of like what I expected too, really just nice and genuine people. Now you get to Hollywood Week, and they say Hollywood Week is the most pressure-filled, nerve-wracking week, which, if you've seen the show before, they call it Hell Week for Hollywood Week. Now, especially in that season, where they eliminated 32 contestants right when they landed at LAX, so it seemed pretty cutthroat. Can you speak on the Hollywood Week experience with the solo rounds and the group rounds? Was it as difficult as the reputation lives up to be? This is a great answer right here. Oh my heck, Hollywood Week was probably 50 times worse than you see on TV. It was miserable, but also one of the best weeks of my entire life. You're hungry, tired, frustrated, physically and mentally exhausted. Solo rounds I wasn't too nervous about because I knew I would use my Macklemore cover, which no one would expect. And it worked out well in the end. But group rounds, they were a little bit more work. There were a couple girls from Utah I had gotten to know because we flew together, and most actually shared my religious faith. We bonded all so well, so we knew we wanted to all be in a group together. I clung with Austin Wolf and Jocelyn Baker. A guy came to us a little bit later in the night asking to join, so we said sure, and adding someone into the mix we didn't know was a little hard. It was a personality we didn't know. We worked together and got it done, but that night we all got 30 minutes of sleep. The last solo round was a mess. Power outages, broken guitars, and a lot of frustrating tears, I'll say. Like I said, Hollywood Week is just as miserable as it seems, but it's also amazing because you learn a lot about yourself and how you work with people with the same dream as you. Sounds like a really tough week, but just a cool experience as well to be a part of Hollywood Week. Now, they featured you on television for the solo round with no judging when you sang Can't Hold Us by Macklemore, a song you've covered before on your YouTube channel. What were you thinking when you were just waiting for your turn and listening to the other competitors sing, but they aren't receiving any feedback? To be 100% honest, all I remember from that whole process is walking on stage, holding my guitar, and going through the words. That song has a lot of words. I don't remember other people's auditions because I was so focused on my own. That makes sense. Seventh question. So again, Kenzie did an amazing job with that song. It seemed like you really hit your groove when you started doing the rap part in that song, and you can see J-Lo kind of give you a head nod saying that's good. So were you confident and satisfied with that performance afterwards? I love that performance. I feel as it made me stand out from the other amazingly talented contestants. It showed that I wasn't there to be the next pop singer covering Imagine Dragons. That season, everyone sang Radioactive by Imagine Dragons, and that kind of got repetitive, but yeah, that's funny she brought that up. We moved on to the top 30 round where the live shows began. They were really trying to narrow down to the top 10 really quickly that year, I believe. So some of the top 30 got to perform and didn't make it, and some weren't chosen at all to perform. You unfortunately and surprisingly weren't chosen to perform. What was the process like having all that time to learn and prepare a song with the American Idol band? And how disappointed and surprised were you when you got eliminated and didn't get a chance to perform your song live? Before the live shows, we had a thing called Rush Week. We met some of the amazing mentors, including Randy Jackson, Adam Lambert, and Chris Daughtry. We chose a song and had different classes like choreography, staging, and makeup to prepare to sing that song for the live shows. I chose Dreaming with a Broken Heart. I was excited to be back with John Mayer because that's where my musical heart lies. We had heard rumors about the big elimination, but were told to not read the tabloids. So I guess I was a little prepared for what had happened, but it was in my mind before. I was frustrated, humiliated, devastated, mad, sad. Every emotion in the book I felt. I believe you were in high school when you were on the show, so what was your reaction from your school and town when you came back from the show? I'm not sure how big your town is, but you must have been somewhat of a local celebrity when you came back. I was a junior in high school when I came back. I came from Draper, which was so amazing during the process. They were so supporting and welcoming when I came back. High school is a rough time for anyone. I hated it before just because I didn't fit in with the scene of it. When I came back, things were mostly normal. I got the whispers and the stares in the halls. I think people did not know how to approach me, whether I was too cool for them now or sad I was eliminated, so maybe I didn't want to talk about it. She said both, which is not true. But I was happy to be home and back in the routine, but missed the glamorous lifestyle of Idol. Who were some of your favorite American Idol contestants and why? My favorite American Idol contestant is Kelly Clarkson. I love her. I follow her on social media and I think she's just hilarious and real. I look up to her musical stylings and love blues the way she does. If you could collab with one famous artist, who would it be? John Mayer. His guitar work mixed with the clever lyrics, and forget about it, he's amazing. Would you want to compete on another singing competition show again, like The Voice or America's Got Talent? Yes or no, and why? Kenzie said, I actually did both shows but pulled myself out before anything was filmed. I like the idea of the TV shows, but it's a lot of hard work. I was okay with being the American Idol girl. I didn't feel the need to add another series to that platform. And final question, I asked, what do you have planned now for the future? Are you creating any new music or working on any projects? And how can fans keep up to date and follow you on social media? I rode the wave of Idol the rest of high school, traveling everywhere to perform. Then I took a big break from music my freshman year of college. Now I will say yes to certain things that hold a special place in my heart, but I don't perform like I used to. I think I burned myself out. I still have a love to be in the studio and make music, but lost the spark of the business side of it. I am working with DreamWorks now for some music projects, which I'm excited about. That's really awesome. I will always sing and play music, but I'm okay with it not being my career. My music can be followed on Instagram at Ken's Hall Music, and my personal life, Ken's Dawn Hall. So that's it right there. A great interview with Kenzie Hall from American Idol. I really appreciate her, again, taking the time to do this for me. I mean, you just got an inside scoop of what the American Idol process is like from a contestant themselves. So I'm going to leave all of Kenzie's links in the description below, her Instagram, her Twitter, so follow her there. Send her a comment or a tweet on Instagram and Twitter letting her know you watched this video. Again, you can follow me on social media in the descriptions below on Twitter and Facebook, and then subscribe here on YouTube. So thank you so much for watching. I know it's not a baseball related video, but I think the interview turned out really well, and hopefully I'll do more of these again in the future. So thank you guys, and I'll see you next time.